Gates Adams here on behalf of Apex Trader Funding. I am here with Assail out of Los Angeles. Assail, how are you doing today?
Good, fantastic.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being here with me. I appreciate your time. Obviously, we're here because you've experienced some success with Apex Trader Funding and just recently got a payout. So first of all, congratulations. Obviously, this is the point where every trader wants to be, where they're actually taking money in versus putting money out. So congratulations on your recent success.
Thank you.
You bet.
It's
You
a
bet.
special day for me. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's get a little bit of a background on you and your trading as far as your trading goes. First of all, how long have you been trading?
I started trading in the early 90s, and
Okay.
then I became a member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and so I traded in the S&P pit physically,
Wow.
and also in the S&P future options
Okay.
and the mid-cap
Wow.
futures
Okay.
in Chicago. So that's where I learned the ABCs of trading in the markets. Because
Excellent.
at the time, there was no classes, there was no universities on how to day trade.
Right. Right. Well, it
And
was just starting. I mean, day trading was kind of just becoming a thing at that early 90s, wasn't it?
well, what happened is I started with a retail brokerage and I was paying so much in commission,
Right.
found out that it was way cheaper to rent the CME seat,
Wow.
Chicago Mercantile Exchange seat, and be there physically and have the edge and learn everything from the people that are inside the pit and see how the order flow works and what moves the market and how it moves.
That's a stellar level of experience that we haven't had the opportunity to talk about before. So that's super
Well,
cool.
nobody's going to have that anymore because they closed the pits down.
It doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
still some traders around who have been there, and it's really cool to see because we all watch the old movies and see these guys in the pits, but it's a different world that we get to trade in now. So let me ask you, so fast forward, now you're day trading, you're trading on a computer. Things have kind of shifted in the way that trading even functions these days. When did what were you trading when you first started day trading from a computer?
That's the mini S&Ps.
Okay, so you've been a futures guy from pretty much the get-go.
Yeah, the mini S&Ps, the VIX.
Okay.
I tried the NQs, but I really didn't like the extreme fluctuation.
Sure.
You put in you limit order gets filled, and then you're in a huge loss without even understanding what happened.
It moves pretty fast for sure, especially
Yes.
on news days. So now how long have you been trading from a computer? So I guess at what point did that transition happen for you?
So on the computers, after I finished, when I left Chicago, I was in Chicago in the pits for 2 years.
Okay.
I left when Globex started kicking in, and the edge slowly, you start losing out the edge.
Sure.
So I came back to Los Angeles, and I started working being an IT consultant.
Mm-hmm.
I have about 35 technical certification from Microsoft, Citrix,
Nice.
Cisco, and Cato Networks. And my experience in trading was to set up the infrastructure for an hedge fund,
Okay.
the entire backend and the trading workstation and so forth. So that's how I learned and had the experience. Then, since then, I did some online brokerage. Wasn't that happy. And then I started the funding trading companies. And when Apex came, I was using somebody else that was taking advantage, abusing my credit card.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'm saying it in a joke, not not in real manner, but in a joking manner, that the valuation were expensive, the reset was expensive,
okay.
and Apex is the first company where you don't feel that that it, that it is a credit card milling company.
Sure.
This is the first time. What Apex did was a one-time fee for the PAs, and the huge discount they gave for multiple eval basically forced me to forget about anybody else that is out there. I mean, it's a waste of time and you have to be mentally and mathematically challenged to use somebody else.
Wow.
That's the way I see it.
Very strong statement. I love I love
it. Well, when you put all the numbers in a spreadsheet and you see where the cost of multiple evaluations, failed evaluations, before Apex, I would maybe do one PA because there was this huge cost. But now that there's this fixed cost, instead of being a renter of a PA, I'm an owner of a PA.
Right.
And also you treat it differently.
Sure.
The moment it's like being a renter of a house and an owner of a house. So the moment you pay for the PA and you own it, you trying to do everything not to lose it.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's jump back to when you first started hearing about funding companies and prop firms. And I mean, you probably were familiar with prop firms from your experience, but the kind of the new wave of funding companies that came out, I don't know, maybe 10 or so years ago. What was your first reaction or your first thought when it came to these different funding companies and how they operated? Did you just say, hey, this sounds like a great idea? Did you experience any skepticism? What was your initial thought process?
I didn't trust them, and it was too expensive.
Okay.
So I basically stayed out of it until, and I really got aggressive with Apex.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition, outside the United States, but I don't feel comfortable giving them my social security number.
Right. Right.
And then there's some in the United States, but they're all trying to copy Apex website and settings, and you see it when you go to their website. It's
right.
It's like they're affiliate or they're independent. But the way that Apex is the first one that allows you to get a payout within 30 days from signing up to an eval, and that's what I did.
Awesome.
Nobody else. I could not do this with anybody else.
That's awesome. That's just what a time frame. I mean, it really just makes, well, it makes the process certainly a lot simpler when you can go from putting in to taking out much quicker.
It gives you confidence and trust, and trust is important because the other firms that wanted 30 days, they say 30 trading days, but in reality, it could be up to 90 days, calendar days.
Sure.
And basically, the way that was to milk my my credit cards.
Right. Right.
And you don't get that feeling with Apex.
Awesome. So now you're here. We're of course very pleased that you are. Let's talk a little bit about the dynamics of what it's like trading in a funded account versus trading, having to make that deposit yourself and trading your own account. What's the difference for you?
Emotions.
Okay.
The fear of losing, and then you have to spend time and work again and get the money again. And, it's with what Apex did with the discount packs that they did. It allowed me to have a higher evolution, a faster evolution of my trading in the evals to test my system, my theories, and you can do all the back testings you want on a computer, and I've done a lot of back testings, but back testing is not the same as clicking, watching in real time, and executing, and following the indicators that you have created, and see if your system works as advertised
Right.
in real time with the news coming out of the blue.
Right.
Or this week we had something bad with the New York Stock Exchange, where the quote system didn't work, and I can tell you that cost me.
Sure. Sure.
But not to use your funds. Even if I had right now over $1 million in my bank account, I will not be trading with my own money
Right.
because of the emotions.
The emotions, the psychological aspect of trading, which, I hear people say 80% of the game is psychological. I say at least.
Yes. So there's a guy on YouTube, Jordan Peterson, a nice clinical psychologist, which basically teaches you to be brutally honest, because when you trade, you have to admit really fast that you're wrong, or get out, take the loss, or the most difficult thing that I've done, to do a reversal on the fly. And that is the hardest part of trading, and that's what I'm working on that, controlling my losses, being able to stop and reverse, which is very difficult.
Sure.
And to be consistent in cutting my losses out. That is the biggest problems I'm having.
Good. Good. Well, you're clearly a very analytical type of personality. So I'm real interested to hear what your response to this is. So you're talking to a brand new trader, just kind of getting off the ground, maybe at the point where they're ready to start looking at funding. What's the biggest piece of advice that you give them as they start to develop their skills and their essentially their career as a trader?
I can tell you the training that I got at the CME when I arrived over there, because when you trade in the pits, you don't have a computer. You're standing over there in a pit where there's 300 people screaming at each other, and you need to figure out whether you're going to go long or short and how you're going to do it.
Sure.
So one other thing that taught me, and I'm using it with Apex each time I make a mistake or I get out of sync, is learn to do 10 trades a day without losing money. Just learn to scratch.
Yeah.
Just learn to do 10 trades a day. Don't lose any money.
Right.
Don't try to make a lot of money. Don't try to make money. Just to go in and out. 10 days. 10 trades.
I don't care who you are. You do 10 trades in a row, the little ones start to add up.
Correct. And when you can do 10 trades a day for 10 days, because the secret to success is extreme sadistic consistency, meaning 10 trades a day for 10 days, then you pass the level 1, what I would like to call.
Okay.
I'm able right now with Apex helped me to go to up to 50, and I did one day 100.
Right. Wow.
That's when you have to be physically good and mentally focused. If you can do that, then you learn reading the market. It's essential. And once you learn how to read the market and read the flow and understand what's going on, then you can create a system. What I did is I wrote the code for my own proprietary indicators. I don't use moving averages. Moving averages killed more traders than people died in World War II. Or any indicator that is dependent on
25
averages.
years ago, by the way, that was me.
Yeah, well,
I was one of them.
Any indicators that use any kind of averages are really utterly, totally useless. I don't use Ninja Trader. I trade directly from the rhythmic order interface. And the reason is I don't want to deal with all the technical problems of dealing with Ninja, crashing in the middle. And also you have a faster response time. Right. You see everything faster. You see everything better. You get to respond you get a better feel. It's like rope jumping. I don't know if you know that exercise of rope jumping,
Sure.
and to understand what's going on and to feel the flow of what's happening. If the days that I'm in sync, I make a lot of money. The days I'm out of sync, it feels terrible. It feels like I'm dragging myself across broken glasses.
Right. I guess part of the key is identifying those days early and stopping.
Yes. One of the things is the I went with a prop firm that looked at all my trades, and basically the statistic they found out is all my best trades was in the first hour, and I was better off to stop after an hour than try to trade all day long.
Right. And I think a lot of people can benefit from that type of analysis. And but of course that takes time, and that takes a level of experience. It doesn't do a whole lot of good to analyze yourself if you're not consistent in the first place. So
correct.
Excellent.
And I've learned not to fight with the market, because I've learned that the market is always right. So when it goes against me, is what did I do wrong? And depending on how fast I can figure out that I'm wrong and get out. And sometimes I personally think that I need a co-pilot, a co-trader that sits next to me and taps me on my shoulder and says, "You're doing something wrong here."
Well, I think we could all use one of those. If you find one, please let me know where you get them.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm looking into that, actually.
Yeah. Let us know how that goes. That's an interesting concept. I like the idea. I could certainly use I don't know, in golfing terms, a trading caddy or something.
Well, it's like a sniper has a spotter.
Sure.
And basically that's what I'm thinking of doing, because then you have somebody that did not take a position with you, that has not involved in the trading, but he can see and feel that you're doing something wrong.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, I sure appreciate your time today, Assail. This has actually been really enlightening. And again, I've had the opportunity to do almost 30 of these now, and each time I get a little something different, and this time was no different. It's just so exciting to see a lot of different people, different backgrounds, different mindsets that are experiencing success with Apex Trader funding, and developing not only their trading accounts, but their opportunities as well. So I think this has just been such a great opportunity to highlight some of the positives and some of the things that just let people know, you can do this, whether you're like this guy, whether you're like this guy. The opportunity's there, so keep plugging away until you get there. Like I said, this is where everybody wants to be. Everybody wants to get paid out. Nobody wants to go through the work to get there. So clearly you've gone through quite a bit of the work to get there, and clearly it is paying off. So once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time and getting the opportunity to spend some time with us today. And we'll be continuing to do some more of these. We'd like to maybe catch up in a couple of months as you continue to grow with Apex and in your trading with them. Give us an update. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, in the next payout, I'll do another interview with you.
Wonderful. I appreciate it, Assail. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon out there in sunny Los Angeles, and we'll chat soon, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.